Hey everyone. So we always talk about God as a being or as a person or as an individual. Throughout my own personal progression and spiritual evolution, I've known God to be something different. I don't believe God is a person or a being or an old man up in the clouds somewhere. To me, that's a very old, outdated model of the divine of God. For me, God is an awareness, and it is a complex awareness system is what I would like to refer to it as. And we are all connected to that system. We're a part of that system. That system does not function unless all the pieces are cooperating and functioning together. And so I believe that we are all a fraction or a component that belongs to the larger mechanical being that I refer to as God. Now, I'm not saying God is a machine, but that's how I've come to understand this, is through mechanical references or through ideas that are very similar to mechanics. And I want to share with you guys what I've learned, because it's definitely helped me to kind of understand fully what God is, how we are interconnected to each other, and how we are connected to our own soul. So first of all, think about the soul and the spirit. A lot of people think that the spirit and the soul are the same thing. They are not. The spirit is you, the person that is listening to this, the individual who has had a life experience here and who has had hardships and who has all of, the personality dynamics. That is your spirit. You are the spiritual essence. You are the personality essence. That is what a spirit is. The soul is the part of you that is much larger. It is the larger cloud, if you will. It's the cloud system that collects all of the different lifetimes. It understands and sees and experiences through all the different lifetimes. It uses the information that you're collecting as a spirit, as an individual, as that personality. It's collecting that information and using it towards its own awareness of things. So it is one component, it is one cog in the wheel that is, the divine or God. And I actually drew a picture to help you guys kind of understand this. So if you look here, this is a pretty rough sketch. So don't go don't go creating, religious systems out of this. But so this is how it works. So here I am. I'm Ferny. I'm the person right here. And so when you look at me, then you look above me. So I'm the little cog there. So if you think of each of us as like a component or a mechanical component, I'm one cog in many cogs that is the soul. So I'm one personality, I'm one individual, but then there are other lifetimes, there are other personalities that I'm connected with, that I'm associated with. And all of those together bring us to the soul. And the soul is the larger awareness. When you hear me talking about my higher self, or my, I don't say spirit guide, but my higher self, Aja, my oversoul, that is what the soul is. It's the larger you that has awareness of the smaller yous in different lifetimes and in different perspectives and different personalities. And we are connected to other souls. So if you look next to my soul, there's another soul that is also working with mine. And that would probably be someone like my ex, or someone like, some of my closest friends who I believe I've shared past lives with. Not only does our soul interact with itself in several different lifetimes, but we're using each other, we're working with each other to basically work within this system that I call God, or the Godhead. It's a system of awareness. If you look at the bigger cog, that's God. That is the grander awareness, and it uses us to become aware in these various different forms and various different perspectives. So when you think of God and think of God knowing everything and being everything, this is the reason why. Because God is experiencing and living and being through each and every one of you in every one of your lifetimes simultaneously. So there is no real past or present or future. A lot of people think that there's the past, present, and future, and they're all separate. Everything is actually happening all at once. And I know this is like totally going over some of your heads. I can understand that, but it is something that I took a long time to understand, and I'll go into some of that down the road. But everything is happening right now. We are existing as this individual, but I also exist in other forms, in various other lifetime awarenesses that are also happening simultaneously. And so that's where it gets a little complicated, but all things are happening now. All things are in the now. Some people say all things are now, all things are relative, everything is in this moment. That's what they mean by that. So that's the reason why God knows everything is everything, because God is literally everything. It's the entire system that is composed of the souls and also the various lifetimes, the various experiences, the various perspectives, and then also the individual perspective, the spirit as well. So God is all things, through all things, experiencing with and through all people, all beings, all things. And so, and then of course you look at this and then you kind of multiply that by the energy of trees and the energy of air, the energy of animals, and those are all systems within systems within systems. So that's where it gets kind of like, whoa, it's a little out there. But this is the system. This is the God system. This is how we are all interconnected, how we are all related to each other. I hope some of you have stayed on board and can understand what it is that I'm referencing. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to probably go into this even more detail down the road. But I wanted to share with you guys what I have come to understand and what I've come to know, because, it's not one thing. It's not just to say God is in all things and not tell you how. Like, this is how. And this is kind of a very crude way of explaining that, but I'm telling you that this is really a great way to understand your connection to each other, your connection to me, my connection to you, and then our connection to the whole. So we are literally one. We are one system operating within different processes and mechanisms. So, all right, guys, I hope my randomness today helps you maybe find a little more clarity about your place in the universe. I just thought I'd share that. I was sitting on the couch and catching up with some spiritual stuff, and I just thought I'd share this with you guys because it was on my mind, and I thought, why not share it? I love you, and I will talk to you guys next time, okay? Bye-bye.